Okay guys, so this is Unit 7, Lesson 8. I'm going to work all this in one color just because I got a lot of stuff going on here and a lot of different sides, and one side of one triangle might be like a hypotenuse where it's like a leg of another triangle. So we're just gonna work all this out in one color. Okay, so I got three triangles here. TX is 8, and it says measure of angle X. This one has multiple vertices coming out of some of the points, so it's good to use you must use all three of the letters to determine what angle they're talking about. So XTG is 34, so this angle here is 34 degrees, and it's related to GX right here. Right, so this angle is GX. That angle is tied to this length. Okay, and TGW, this length is 37. This is 37. Okay, it's 37. This one is 37. 37 degrees. Okay, and it tells us to figure out the rest. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just plug and chug some stuff. Okay, and so 90 minus 34, that's 56 degrees. And I'm just figuring out the stuff that, so this is a straight line. So 180 minus 90 minus 34 is 56. Okay, and then we got 180 minus 90 minus 56 is 34. I can't hardly read that. It's 34. And then we got 37. We got 180 minus 37 minus 90 is 53. Alright, I know all the angles now. That was easy. And then, so this measure here is 8. That measure there is 8. Okay. So let's figure out what they're asking. XG. I guess I could do the line measures in a different color. We'll do line measurements in, like, I don't know, how about orange? It's kind of different. So TX 8. TX is 8. Alright, so now it wants us to figure out XG. So XG here. First one I'll work on. Alright, XG, that'll be, let's see, we know this length, which is the adjacent of 34. And we know this length, which is the opposite. So this would be the tangent of 34 equals G, they want XG, equals XG over 8. So 8, so 8 times XG times the tangent of 34 equals XG. So I'm gonna go 34 tangent times 8 equals 5 point, rounded nearest thousandths. Okay, So side measure is 5.396. So this is now 5.396. So I'll figure out TG. It's the next thing it wants me to do. I'm going to do the sine opposite over hypotenuse. Now I'm going to use the cosine, because this is a better number than that odd number. I don't want to use this number because it's rounded. I'm going to use this number because it's given. Okay, so the cosine of 34 cosine of 34 equals adjacent 8 over TG over TG. Multiply both sides by TG. I don't want TG. And then, so I'm going to have to rearrange this. So I'm going to have to swap. So TG equals 8 divided by the cosine of 34. And that makes sense because it's going to make 8 bigger. And TG is bigger than TX. Okay, so let's see, 34 cosine divided by 8, and I'm going to invert that. So that equals 9.650 equals 9.6, yeah, 50. Okay, WT is the next one. WT. Pauses for a second. All right, WT. So I have this long side of this triangle, and I have these two angles. So I have opposite over adjacent, or adjacent over opposite. I'm going to do the tangent. The tangent is going to be opposite over adjacent. The tangent of 53 equals 9.650 over WT. So I want to do the tangent of 37. Tangent of 37 equals WT divided by opposite over adjacent by 9.650. So 9.650 times the tangent of 37 equals WT. I just think that's easier to put it into a calculator. Tangent times 9.650 equals 7.727 equals 7.7 or 272. All right, 7.272. All right, it's all coming apart now. WM is going to be, I'll do the sine. So it's going to be the sine of 56 equals opposite WM over hypotenuse over 7.272. So 7.272 times the sine of 56 equals WM. So it's going to be 7.272 times 56 sine equals 6.028 equals 6.028. This is 6.028. All right, MT. I could do Pythagorean's theorem, but I'd rather do sine of 24. Sine of 24 equals MT. I'm just going to do this because I know how. 7.272 times the sine of 34 equals MT. It's the same one as this, except I use this angle. All right, 7.272 times 34 sine equals 4.066 equals 4.066. All right, so that's that one. I could have used cosine. I could have used Pythagorean's theorem, but I used sine again. See, I just used the different angle for sine here. So that's that. So this was a 4.0466 there. I didn't find out WG, but I could do that using Pythagorean's theorem or sine or cosine of 53. I could use tangent too. I'll use tangent. Why not? Opposite over adjacent. 7.272 over 9 .650 equals, all right, and that's opposite over adjacent, and then times 37 tan. That's not right. I actually probably should just write it down. Oh, that is the tangent. It was the tangent of that. All right, so I could use I could use all. All right, yeah. I'll use that's the hypotenuse. So yeah, that's the hypotenuse. So it's sine times that. All right, so it'd be the 7.272 times divided by. I'll just do divided by 37 sine equals 12. That's 12.08. And I really didn't even think about the equation there. Um, I didn't do the equation in my head. What I did was I said, that's the opposite. That's the hypotenuse. I know the hypotenuse has to be bigger. So I know that the sine is less than 1. So how do I make this number bigger? Well, I have to divide it by a number less than 1. So I had to divide it by the sine of 37. So I didn't do the algebra in my head. I just used common sense, right? So, so yeah, that just makes more common sense to me. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay, let's slide this over. Hopefully I can... I'll push the focus button. All right, following the same paradigm, I'll use purple as angles. DNF is 45. That's 45. I like that number. 45. Z S S K. This is a 45, 45, 90. N is a 21. That means that S. All right, what is this? FSD. FSD is a 40. All right, that's all the ones that I am given. All right, that means that this is a 40 plus 90. 90 plus 40 equals minus, that's a 50-degree angle. And then this 90 plus 21 equals minus 180. That's a 69-degree angle. 69-degree angle. All right, and then more my line segments here. DF is 5. That's the only line. No, this is 5. And ZK is 3. That is 3. So that's what's given to me. Okay. Well, I know that this is 5 square root of 2. That was cool. I know that this is 5. I know that this is 3 square root of 2. I know that this is 3. And that's all that gave me. Alright, KS. Alright, so this is 3 square root of 2. Because 45, 45, 90. Thumb rule. Okay, and then what is FS? What's FS? Well, we haven't gone over the law of sines yet, so I can't use this to figure out the whole length of that yet. To take a shortcut, so I need to figure out the length of this using that. So that's going to be opposite over adjacent. That's going to be the tangent. The tangent of 50 equals ds. ds over df So it's 5 Alright, so 5 times the tangent of 50 equals ds. Tangent times 5 equals, alright, so that's going to be equals 5.959. Alright, so Fs, alright, so it's actually going to be, oh, why did I do, I'm doing this the hard way. Why am I doing this so hard? This is stupid. Well, I gotta do, I'm gonna do a sine of 40. I got obsessed with solving for this little thing here, but I don't need to do that. I could. I just need to do 5 minus 3. I'm gonna do that now. This is 2.9. It's 2.959. There. Okay. Anyway. So Fs is going to be the sine of opposite of, okay, so the sine of 40 is opposite over hypotenuse. I'm solving for the hypotenuse. Is 5 equals 5 over Fs. So Fs equals 5 which makes sense because we ought to make 5 bigger. 5, this is sine of 40. 40 sine divided by 5, and that's going to be inverted that. Fs is 7.7779. 7.779. Okay. NF, we already figured that out. 45, 90 thumb rule. That's a symbol for thumb rule, which is 5 square root of 2. Okay, and then NK. Where's NK at? Oh, NK is this one. Alright, so we have 3. And that's the one I'm going to use. It's going to be cosine. Oh, sure, I'll use cosine. But cosine NK going to be equal to 3 divided by the cosine of 69. That's the adjacent. And I got to make 3 bigger. 69 cosine. Divided by 3. Invert that. 8.371, and just out of curiosity, 5.29. 5 plus just 7.96. That's going to be the sign opposite. I'm gonna pause this while I'm letting you guys warn and watch this. I'm just curious to see. No, never mind. It's gonna be just too long. Okay. 5. No, it's 7.96 divided by 69 sine equals 8 point. Yeah, it's pretty close. Okay. All right, so there we go. Anyway, okay, so what is the perimeter of the whole thing? Okay, well that's easy. Of NKSF, the whole thing. Okay, well we got everything we need. All right, so 5. Well, we got 2 square root times 5 plus 2 square root times 3 equals plus 7.779 plus 8 point, what was that, 371? 371 equals 27 equals 27.46 4. Yeah. There you go. That's how you do that one. Alright, so that was 30 minutes almost, plus me just doing a little bit of extra side math there to see if I did this little segment right, and I was pretty close. A little bit of rounding error there. I came off by like a couple hundredths off, but no big deal. Alright, so that was fun. See you guys on 7.9.